Ever felt stuck crying over someone who didn't deserve your tears? Ghost-lachryma dives deep into that raw, exhausted feeling where heartbreak turns into anger and finally into resolve. But what's really hiding in those vampiric lyrics and rotting metaphors? Hi, I'm BMRJR. Let's break it all down, line by line, to uncover the real pain and power behind the song. The opening verse sets a dark, almost predatory tone right away with the line, ripping through every poem like a vampire should. This isn't just about reading poetry, it's about tearing into emotions with a kind of hunger the way a vampire might feed. The comparison suggests that the person in the song doesn't just experience pain passively, they consume it, almost like they need it to survive. There's something destructive in the way they engage with art or relationships, as if they're drawn to the sadness in it. Then comes the line, and it takes one to know him, like I knew you would. This flips the script. Now it's not just about the person's own behavior, but about recognizing the same traits in someone else. It's like saying, I know how you operate because I'm the same way. There's a sense of inevitability here, as if they always expected this person to be just as emotionally ruthless. The word would at the end makes it feel like a prediction that came true, adding a layer of bitterness, like they're not even surprised, just disappointed. The pre-chorus takes the song's emotional weight and cranks it up with vivid, almost horror-like imagery. The repeated line, "In the middle of the night it feeds, in the middle of the night it eats you," suggests something lurking in the shadows, not a physical monster, but a gnawing, inescapable feeling. This could be regret, loneliness, or the haunting memories of a failed relationship. Nighttime often amplifies pain when there's nothing to distract you, and that's when these emotions feel strongest. The way it feeds and eats you makes it sound like a parasite slowly consuming the person from the inside. Then comes the shift to "Everybody Knows Everywhere I Go," which introduces a different kind of torment, shame. It's one thing to suffer privately, but this line implies their pain is visible like a stain they can't wash off. No matter where they go, they can't escape the judgments or pity of others, or maybe even their own self awareness. The final lines, "I can never run and I cannot hide," drive home the hopelessness. Running implies escape, hiding implies secrecy, but neither is possible. The thing haunting them isn't just an emotion, it's part of them now, something they're forced to carry. The chorus hits with the raw, exhausted declaration, "I'm done crying over someone like you." This isn't just about stopping tears. It's the moment when pain finally turns to defiance. The word done carries so much weight here. It's not just saying the crying is over, but that the person has reached their absolute limit, like a cup that's been filled to the brim and can't take another drop. There's a sense of finality in these words, like slamming a door shut after walking out. When they add, "Hope you're feeling it too now," it introduces a fascinating layer of conflicted emotions. On one hand, it sounds like revenge, wanting the other person to hurt just as badly. But there's also something vulnerable underneath, almost like they're still hoping for some kind of emotional connection, even if it's just shared misery. The short, sharp now at the end makes it feel urgent, like they need the other person to understand this exact moment of reckoning. The second verse plunges us deeper into the aftermath of emotional decay with its opening line, "Crying, crying. Now that sweet's gone sour." The repetition of crying immediately sets a tone of relentless sorrow, but there's a crucial shift happening here. What was once sweet has turned acidic. This isn't just about missing someone, it's about the realization that what you loved has become poisonous. The metaphor of sweetness turning sour perfectly captures how relationships can curdle, where the same qualities that once brought joy now only bring pain. When the lyrics describe seeping down the cracks, getting worse by the hour, we get this visceral image of emotional corrosion. The pain isn't staying contained, it's spreading into every little opening like liquid seeping through fractured stone. The mention of its worsening by the hour suggests this isn't a slow healing process, but rather an accelerating deterioration. There's a sense of helplessness in these lines, as if the person is watching their emotional state collapse in real time but can't stop the progression. The verse culminates with the vile rot attacks. Oh, perhaps the most potent metaphor in the entire song. This isn't just sadness anymore. It's become something actively malicious, like a mold or infection consuming everything it touches. The word vile adds a layer of disgust, implying that staying in this emotional space has become repulsive to the person experiencing it. That little "ah" at the end is particularly telling. It's not a cry of pain, so much as a sigh of exhausted recognition, as if they've finally named the toxicity they've been living with. This verse transforms heartbreak from something passive into something almost sentient in its destructiveness.